My friends, a time is coming when women will leave the home and go into the world blindly, and yet feel that they are our equals. They will quickly become entitled, as we men will tell them any and everything they want to hear, because we will have no one to come home to. As their egos become more inflated by their vast amount of suitors, and yes, there will be vast amounts because we men are hunters by nature, the women will take longer to decide which of these men should become their life partner. The longer they take, the more hollow they will become, as they will end up in bed with most of these men, with each of these men taking away pieces of them. Once they do find a long-term partner, they will never be satisfied, as they enjoyed being preyed upon. This will lead them to leave their marriage and go back out into the world, seeking someone else to complete their hollow core. Sadly, this cycle will continue until they are in their 40s and are no longer desirable prey. But what of the children, you might ask? Yes, what of the children? Indeed. The home life that we value will be no more. Most of these women will have children by several different men, while others will have no children at all, as they will go to extreme measures to prevent this from happening. My friends, I hope you value your family today, as your children will not be so fortunate tomorrow. I can only pray that God watches over them through life. What a world it will be. With that, I will say good night. I hope you've enjoyed this look into the future through clear eyes. Up in bed with my friends, a time is coming when women will leave the home and go into the world blindly, and yet feel that they are our equals. They will quickly become entitled, as we men will tell them any and everything they want to hear, because we will have no one to come home to. As their egos become more inflated by their vast amount of suitors, and yes, there will be vast amounts because we men are hunters by nature, the women will take longer to decide which of these men should become their life partner. The longer they take, the more hollow they will become, as they will end up in bed with most of these men, with each of these men taking away pieces of them. Once they do find a long-term partner, they will never be satisfied, as they enjoyed being preyed upon. This will lead them to leave their marriage and go back out into the world, seeking someone else to complete their hollow core. Sadly, this cycle will continue until they are in their 40s and are no longer desirable prey. But what of the children, you might ask? Yes, what of the children? Indeed. The home life that we value will be no more. Most of these women will have children by several different men, while others will have no children at all, as they will go to extreme measures to prevent this from happening. My friends, I hope you value your family today, as your children will not be so fortunate tomorrow. I can only pray that God watches over them through life. What a world it will be. With that.
Yeah, what a world has become, man. All right, you can thank Esau for that. All right, I want to go ahead and give all praises, glory, honor, and power that's due unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from. Salutations to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking both your lives and freedoms to do so. And shalom to the rest of the elect as we all await the second Exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. All right, this your brother Akagabar. And essentially what we just listened into this video, that was a radio message, all right, addressing men in the 1950s, is the exact reality that we're living in. Okay, we've been living in for quite some time. And it shows you this is all by design, man. You know, they wanted to destroy the man, okay, especially the Israelite man, but the man in general, okay, the destruction of the families, all right, and that's exactly what they've done through various waves of feminism. You know, they call women's liberation. And now you look at the weird, chaotic, backwards society that we live in, man. All right, and he made several good points in this this message. You know, the simple fact that, you know, these women, they go out playing the streets, and the studies have already went out that every time they sleep with a new man, you know, traces of that man's DNA, you know, ultimately his spirit stays on that woman. Okay. And they've done studies on that. It's a fact. So, you know, these women are really empty, man. You know, they're empty. They're hollow. You know, they don't have anything to offer to, you know, any new man, because she's being used up. You know, she's been out playing the field for so damn long because of her beauty, and because, you know, this devil has convinced these women that, you know, well, shit, your man can't tell you what you can and cannot do, right? If he does that, he's insecure. He's toxic masculinity, right? He's controlling, what they say, my body, my choice. So here you are as a man, you're either forced to accept the terms and conditions of living in this 21st century, all right, or you pretty much just gonna remain single, man. But you have a lot of men going their own way, what they call it, men going their own way, a lot of passport bros, because we know this is a westernized thing. You got a lot of women over there in the East, on the Eastern Hemisphere. They're still very traditional. They stick to those traditional values because they know that this feminism destroys society, man. That's exactly what it does. That's exactly what it promotes. And that's why at the end of this video, he said, what a world it will be. Well, hey, man, reality, we living in it. We're literally living in it. We see how detrimental it is. It's so bad to where, you go out, you go out to the clubs, you go out to the bars, a lot of those women that's out there, man, even though they're advertising themselves, they out there with virtually no clothing on at this point, very, very minimal clothing. Here you are trying to shoot at them, and whole time they got a whole man. Matter of fact, I was out the other night, and you go out, man, and these women, sitting there dancing, all in the club dancing and shit, and then you approach them whole time, they got a man, at home, and it's like, what does society come to, man? To where you out and about in the faces of other men, garnering all this attention from other men, but yet you have a man at home. Bitches be having rings on their finger, or even worse, they'll take the the ring off. And then you shoot at them. You try to see what's up, and then I got a man, I got a situationship, situationships and shit. This shit is off, man. But at the end of the day, it is prophetic that these women, would pretty much in their minds not need a man at all. Okay, thanks to this damn devil, man. But this is Jeremiah 31:22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And let's click on the word compass. For the Hebrew is sabab. Okay, sabab, which it says to turn about or around or aside or back or towards, to go about or around, to surround, encircle, change direction. Okay, it says to march or walk around, which is exactly what they do. They walk around, and that's in the form of them saying they don't need a man. Okay, this society is set up to where the laws, legislation, everything is set up to favor the woman, to where they literally don't need your ass, man. They don't need you in the house. They got the high paying jobs, even though they fought for, quote unquote equality, which according to scriptures, men and women are not equal. Okay, but and you see this guy said it here, and this is the Edomite, man. But when Esau says it, he said that they'll fight to be our equals. You women don't care, but it's as soon as the so-called black man is preaching that, about according to the scriptures, you women have a problem with that, especially you Keishas, man. But here your devil daddy Esau is saying the very same thing, understanding that women fighting to try to be quote unquote equal to men is not a good thing. There's nothing equal about a man and a woman, from a biological standpoint, and if that was the case, why is it to where, every time you try to court one of these women or whatever the case may be, they'll always want a man taller than them, stronger than them, makes more money than them, more ambitious than them, so they really want a man superior. So if I'm superior to you, how are we equal in any regard, man? But, then you got a lot of women that, you got a lot of women that are just confused as hell, man. They may want that, but then again, they want to be, they may want you to be superior in those aspects, bring in more money, wake up if it's an intruder breaking in the crib or whatever the case may be. But when it comes to, what she can wear, what she can't wear, what she can, go out clubbing and partying and living that life, you equal now. now it's, oh no, well, you don't make the rules in this regard, right? And it's all folly, man. It's all confusion. It's all fucked up. That's a lack of order, you know. But that's thanks to this devil is what we deal with, man. It says that word for compass, to march or walk around, to go partly around, meaning they don't need you. All right, in their minds they don't need a man. Okay, but now you're looking at the sentiment on a lot of these women are changing, especially when you look at Keisha, man. She's so miserable. You know, that's why I mentioned hollow, because like I said earlier, the studies are out that, you know, every man a woman sleeps with and he, you know, ejaculates in her, she retains a part of that man. You know, that's why they went into that. They're no longer able to pair bond, you know, completely hollow. And then they run the streets in their teens and 20s, you know, maybe early 30s, but then, you know, they get to that point in there where they try to settle down. But it's like, now that you want to settle down, you're out of shape. You're completely out of shape. You're miserable. You have all types of demons on you because you've been fucking all these men, and, you know, you got all tatted up, you know, probably pregnant by 2-3 different baby daddies, you know, and even if not, they're just not suitable for a man at that point, man. You've lost majority of your beauty. Okay, scriptures say beauty is fleeting, you know, roughly paraphrasing. It don't last, man. You're supposed to find a man in your early, you know, during the flower of your youth, man. Okay, before you get ran through in your 20s and, you know, teens and shit. You know, at that point, hey, you're no longer suitable. You're no longer suitable for marriage at that point, man. And, you know, there's different scenarios. You know, you have one-offs, you know, or whatever the case may be. But by and large, man, you know, you women go out and run these streets, and then by the time it's too late, you want a man, and well, no man wants you at that point, man. Okay, because you've bought into the hype, all right, of this devil, you know, women's liberation, and, you know, your body, your choice, you can do whatever you want, independentness. Hey, man, well, shit, you see what it's led to, man. A lot of these women are miserable. You know, you look at it, you see it on their countenance, you talk to them, you know, they got to go back to, you know, living with their parents, you know, and I'm talking about even older women, you know. They're you know, they can't exercise to save their lives. They don't know how to eat properly, you know, and it's like you try to talk to these women, they don't have nothing to offer you, man. You know, I'm talking to this light-skinned Keisha, which we know how they are. A lot of them can be, man, materialistic as hell, man. She blatantly asked me to my face, you know, asking me how much do I make. She pretty much said she was materialistic, so I knew what type of time she was on, you know, and how I would deal with her ass. But I was like, at this point, man, I don't even really want to deal with you on that level, you know, just use her, pop her. But it's like at that point, man, these women are through, man. You know, it's just, we can see that it's all beginning to backfire because the times on the earth are getting worse and worse, and they're realizing now that they actually do need a man. I don't know how many videos I've seen of Keisha apologizing to the so-called black man because they bit into that apple and they believed into these feminist lies, man. But it's like, it's too late. Y'all realize it way too late. Yeah, you know, pushing 40, mid 40s, you know, you don't look the same way you did in high school, you know, your college years. You being ran through, you racked up all these bodies, et cetera, et cetera. Like, yeah, you can say that shit all you want because, you know, nobody really wants you at this point, man. You know, y'all need to teach y'all daughters that, is like it tells you in, I want to say Titus chapter 2, the older women are supposed to teach the younger women to keep themselves, man. You know, to behave, to be a certain way. But look at these women nowadays, man. Look at these young women, gorillas. You got your gorillas out there, your Sukianas and Sexy Reds, and that's what our women look up to. You know, it's just really pertaining to all of these women, but, you know, we got to get on you Keishas because y'all the women of our nation. Y'all the ones who the Most High is really, really about to start putting to death out here, man. You know, but yeah, to march or walk around, go partly around, circle about, make a round, make a circuit, go about, surround, encompass. See, so pretty much to circumvent or go around the use of a man, what a man was intended for, man. And that's why they have that whole I can do bad all by myself bullshit, you know. But even when you look through the comments, these women know and realize that, oh shit, this is really what's happening, you know. I wish I would have been warned. You see. But then again, like I said, man, it's to the point to where a lot of men no longer I don't want to say no longer checking for these women, which you do have a lot of momos out there that are not checking for women. But a lot of men are no longer caring to invest time and energy into you women, man. Because there's no point. I was telling this chick that the other day, man, it's like there's really nothing women can offer the modern man. You know, the modern working man that's actually on this shit, you know, that's actually trying to make an honest living and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Because, you know, you pretty much, you pay your own bills, you know, you cook your own food, clean your own house. I mean, outside of the box, it's like, what else can a lot of you women offer, man? You know, this was supposed to be pretty much some teamwork, for lack of better words, man. You know, the man has particular roles he should do. The woman does particular things, and we can complement each other. You know, there's no complimenting. There's really not really much way these women can compliment us nowadays, man, because they're career driven. They want to chase the bag, and while they're chasing the bag, they're getting ran through. And then when they finally ready to settle down, they still want a man that makes more money than them, that does X, Y, and Z, but yet whole time you've been slutted out and you have nothing else to offer, man. And we don't care about how much money you make. You know, men don't care about that. You know, there's a saying that goes, a king can take a peasant woman and turn her into a queen, but a woman will never take a peasant man and turn him into a king, man. Some along those lines, meaning men don't give a damn about where you work. Shorty, you can work at McDonald's, fucking Starbucks for all we care, as long as you know, you cute, you know what I'm saying? You cute, you agreeable, you ain't giving us all types of hell. Hey, we'll deal, you know, but it don't work the other way around, man. Which shows you Esau is just completely poisoning the minds of these women, man, that, you know, you talk to them and they try to lead with how much money they make. I'm independent. I do this. Like, bitch, we're not looking for another man, you know? We want a soft woman. We want somebody that can compliment us, man. But, you know, this message is a message men have been telling these women for years, and now it's at the point to where it's falling on deaf ears for so long. Men don't even fucking care to say it no more, man. We don't even care to fucking stress it to you women, man. Like, y'all couldn't get it when we tried to get y'all to understand it. Now that we're at the end of this rope, you know, this devil's at the end of his rulership. You can see this shit's falling. You got strikes everywhere, famines hitting, World War III, economic collapse is imminent. You know, civil unrest is about to ensue. Like, it's like at this point, man, y'all gonna really have to, you women are gonna have to fend for yourself out here, man. It's gonna be bad. You know, the scriptures tell you in Micah 7:10, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, and she shall be trodden down as the mire in the streets. You know, which you modern women are our enemy, man, especially you Keishas of our nation. So, like I said, man, it's really about to be bad out here. And, you know, I just wanted to do this lesson because, I mean, shit, this shit went out over 70 years ago. And we see this full-blown scale playing out. You know, look how bad society is, man. And then you got these simps, these niggas that worship women. You know, like he mentioned, inflated egos. These women have, man, these women have madly inflated egos, man. It's so bad. You got Lizzo type bitches, man. You got bitches that are overweight, damn near morbidly obese, you know, going outside with a fucking crop tops on and shit, man. You know, tight fitting dresses, latex, you know. It's like, man, how can your ego be so inflated? But, well, the reason why is because you got simp niggas out here that's feeding these hoes egos, man. For the simple fact that they just ain't getting a box. You know, they also did a study saying how 30% of men between the ages of 18 and 30 have never had box in their life, you know? So you got them same men on OnlyFans, on these fucking subscribe to these different whores accounts and shit, OnlyFans, you know, paying thousands of dollars for the box, etc. And all that does is continue to feed these women's egos, man. You know, they got social media to where they can advertise themselves. You know, these hoes will be in relationships, full-fledged relationships, marriages, you know, and it's like you shoot at them, you try to holler at them, and it's like you look at their page, you know, there's no man in the picture. But then you kind of find out they'll post a story, you know, a week later, and it's like it's a man in the picture. It's like, oh, shit, I thought your ass was single, you know. But they do that because they said that majority of women, I think they said like 90%, you know, majority of them, I would damn near say all of them, you know, but they have a backup, man. You know, they have a fallback plan, et cetera, man, which just shows you why this shit is wicked and why it's got to go, because it's completely backwards, man. Esau is giving a woman power over a man, and you see how detrimental that has been to society. Like, make no mistake, even though these women will talk that talk about, oh, I'm independent, I can do this, blah, blah, they really can't. They really don't. You know, they use it when it benefits them, but when they don't, they want a man. You know, because I realize that these modern women still want a man to be traditional. You know, a gentleman. Like, bitch, we left that shit in the 50s. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you got some men, it's like, even I'll speak for myself, like, you know, I could have particular qualities, you know, just naturally, but it's like, you don't even want to be like that with these women, man, because they're so masculine. They're just not feminine. They're not women. So it's like you don't even care to deal with them in that manner, if that makes sense, you know. But hey, you can thank your devil daddy, the serpent Esau, for this, man, you know. And with this devil falling out of rulership, you women are going to have an epic fall. It's going to be bad, man. It's going to hurt. You know, it's just really it's going to be bad, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So these people know what's up, you know, and who introduced that to our nation, who introduced feminism, women's liberation. You looking at them, man, you know, and at the end of the day, this is not conducive to a thriving society where you have a healthy family structure, you know, a healthy, relationship between the men. It's just not conducive of that, man. Like I say, even these women that talk that shit, they're miserable, man, on all types of antidepressants, you know, a thought away from suicide. Like, don't make no mistake, man. Like, this is not, this feminism shit has been much, much worse for these women than they thought it was, man. Everything that glitters is not gold, you know. But that's pretty much the point, you know. Now y'all gonna have to pretty much bite the bullet and deal with the repercussions for giving into this shit, man. But I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, DTA Wal Bapa Ball. Shalom.